Hello, this is my reflection paper from the video that I've done with a friend of mine doing that little role play. Just a little descriptive on the student that I did a role play in. She was a non-traditional student that was interested in wanting to get her associate's degree. She had two kids, one when was in the army, the other one was in high school. And it just seemed like she wanted to have a better place and a better income for her children, knowing the fact that they're getting grown up and they just want to have a better lifestyle. It seemed like she wasn't moving up forward in her business. She was a leasing agent of a property management, and she wanted to move up in the management world, which a good degree with the business management would help her out, especially with the associate's degree, just to get her started. And hopefully she will pursue her goals even higher and possibly getting her bachelor's degree. She dropped out of school due to the fact that she had her first kid at a very young age. But she went back and she got her GED. And she was just having trouble because the fact that she'd gotten her GED, she just didn't know how to retrieve her transcripts. And so that was showing kind of concern of how to get started throughout the whole enrollment process. It seemed like she was kind of, nervous, anxious, just going back to school at her age. And she just needed a little comfort, and that's where I stepped in. As far as the elements, of course, in the video, I was listening and have a body posture. At first it was more relaxed at the body posture, but as far as more she was giving into the story, the more I felt concerned. So my body posture moved toward active listening and showing the fact that I was going to do follow-ups and making sure that she's actually feel comfortable of doing just joining the school. The other thing was the goal preparation, what goals to set out and accomplish for the student. I wanted to actually make everything, the enrollment process, a little bit smoother, fast, and making sure there's no barriers for her to prevent her from actually stopping her from actually taking class, especially in the first semester. The first semester is kind of a nightmare due to the fact that she hasn't attended in a class quite some time. And her anxiety, I could tell the fact that she was shaking her leg, her anxiety was actually sky high just by talking to me or even speaking to me, the fact that she was interested in going back to school. She was not, I guess she wasn't planning on going back to school, but knowing the fact that she wanted a different lifestyle, she had to make some major changes, and I was there to actually see if I could comfort her and help her accomplish those goals. What I've done to prepare for the session is actually show her the website, the link that was very, very, I wouldn't say simple, but she didn't know where to get her transcripts. So I found a link to actually get those transcripts where not many students do know that process. It's where all you have to do is just put in your social and your full name, date of birth, and it will be able to look up your account, and it'll show your grades and the test that you made and pretty much the classes that you've taken. As easy as that is, when you print out or just save a document onto a file in your computer, luckily the colleges will accept that as considered official transcript. In most cases, a lot of high school transcripts or college transcripts, we will need to get it from them, but due to the fact that she's taking her GED, it's actually from the state, and that's already notarized or affidavit into that is official. Also, I prepared the enrollment process that wrote out that what needs to be done. I've also made sure that because she's a single mother with two kids, that possibly she could be qualified for financial aid. Due to her income, could be jeopardizing the fact, but you never know with two children that still claim independent. Her as head of the household, it may give her a small chance of possibly having the amount of tuition paid for if she goes full time. What went well is the fact that I actually listened I listened throughout the whole session. I let her talk. I did spoke, and the fact that she was considering opening up and asking questions more than me made me seem like she was more assertive than anything, that it made my job easier to answer those instead of trying to figure out what kind of questions would normally a student would have. She was more attentive to what she needs to get completed. What's challenging is the fact that it just seems that at first they could be assertive, but if there's a barrier that will prevent her, most likely like a disapproval from the financial aid, if she didn't get approved, they may hinder her from actually pursuing to register for classes. What did the practice from enrollment coaches training when working with the student? Well, at St. Philip's College, our majority percentage of students is non-traditional students due to the fact that they're actually coming in as mid-age, after 26, close to 34 years old. That's majority of our students, and have an understanding with all those students of what they're coming from, their background. It makes me more concerned where I wanted to reach out and help them out, because in fact that I was a non-traditional student as well and still completing, trying to get my bachelor's degree. What looks new and different to you in relation to how you might conduct in a session in the past? I tend to rush the students a little bit more back in the past, where it's like I assume that I know what they need, but if I actually take a step back and slow it down a little bit and just have them talk a little bit more and have them a complete understanding, I want them to have more trust in me. And it just seems to me that fact that back in the past that there wasn't that much trust because they didn't reach out back again. You know, they asked questions at the beginning. I felt like I answered them all, but I could have overwhelmed them, and they don't come back and answer or ask questions to me or come back and see me again. So this time I'm kind of just not trying to push them, but have them come to me. As a reflection on what it means to be an enrollment coach, I'm very humbled the fact that I got this position to a point where I haven't received my bachelor's degree. I've been in part-time business in higher education for close to 2 years already, going on my 3rd year. And to land this position, I'm very humbling when it comes to wanting to help students and actually have passionate behind what I need to do as far as making sure that other students are pretty much accomplishing their goals. What are my goals going forward? Well, my goal is to actually don't stop as an enrollment coach, but move higher. Possibly, I'm not too sure, maybe a certified advisor to talk to them about classes, learn and pick classes for them. Because knowing the fact that as a student advisor, it's not just a one-time as the admission is. The mission is to get them in, and once they register classes, possibly do a follow-up in the middle of the semester. But at the same time, I lose touch because I have a new set of students in the admissions role. But as a certified advisor, as far as me as assigned to a student, I have to keep in touch with them throughout their whole community college career. If it's an associate's degree, a license, certificate, or transferring to a 4-year university, I wanted to keep touch and keep that relationship growing, where I can have a great resume where I could possibly be a director in one of the departments or get into the dean role. Most likely my end goal game is to set up a nonprofit organization to help students to actually get into the college and universities. Most likely, like the Cafe College is one of my main inspirations to see that in small towns like Victoria, Texas, that's where I was from, try to have something like that available, different programs to help people, in this case in the minorities, or someone that just doesn't know how, first-time generation, just doesn't know how to actually get into the higher education, or just too anxious or too scared, pretty much timid, to actually take a step into the college world, where I'll be here to make it comfortable and have them succeed in their own ways to attend to a college, and it is capable of doing so no matter what age it will be. But yes, that's my reflection paper, and well, there you go.